Coming up in this week's episode of Coast News, Universal Studios Hollywood have officially revealed their brand new roller coaster for next year, and testing has begun on a brand new record-breaking roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Coast News. And as always, we've got some amazing news from different theme parks, rides, attractions and events all over the world. So let's get straight into the news today. Our top story for tonight, Universal Studios Hollywood have officially revealed the name and new details for their brand new roller coaster opening next year. And this ride is brand new Fast and Furious themed roller coaster. Honestly, it looks like one of the best roller coasters in the world. I mean, I know we say that about pretty much any new Intamin launch coaster that opens year on end. We've said it about things like Pantheon, Tutatis, Batman Gotham City Escape, Velocicoaster, Siren. The list goes on, and this is no exception. But if you don't know, if you've not heard already, basically, Universal Studios Hollywood have confirmed the name of their brand new roller coaster opening in 2026, which is named Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. The new coaster is an Intamin LSM launch coaster and features controlled spinning cars which can rotate up to 360 degrees. This is Intamin's first attempt at putting spinning ride vehicles on an extreme roller coaster and will simulate the sensation of cars drifting. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will also have 4 launches, reaching a top speed of 72 miles per hour and travelling 4,100 feet of track. The brand new roller coaster is set to open in 2026. So yeah, as you've just seen there, and if you can see by footage of renders of what the ride's layout is going to look like, and you know how that's going to be such a unique experience. It will definitely add to the immersion of it. With it being themed around Fast and Furious, around different high-speed, high-performance cars, and also the films one. But also not to mention the fact that this is not just adding the immersion to it. This is also pretty groundbreaking stuff for Intamin. This is their sort of take on the Extreme Spinning Coaster by Mack Rides, because that ride type has multiple launches, can do inversions, and can do all kinds of different extreme elements, and has spinning ride vehicles. So obviously this will deliver a slightly different sensation, as it's going to have a more drifting motion rather than just full-on spinning. But yeah, hopefully, whether this is exclusive, whether this is patent for this ride vehicle is exclusive to Universal or not, because we know that they do patent their own ride technologies, much like what Disney do. Because they've patented the Boom coaster for Donkey Kong Minecart Madness at Universal Japan and Epic Universe. So whether this is an exclusive patent for Universal, I don't know. But if this is a new general sort of model that Intamin are offering, then hopefully we'll see more of these pop up elsewhere in other parks. And I cannot wait to see what this brand new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift looks like when it opens next year. Also in the news today, AlpenFury has officially begun testing at Canada's Wonderland. Now, honestly, this ride genuinely looks insane. Honestly, I know I've just said this about Fast and Furious, but I think this will definitely be probably the #1 roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland. I've never been to Canada's Wonderland, but their ride looks absolutely incredible. But this ride looks like it's going to be the jewel in the crown of the whole park. But if you don't know what AlpenFury is, then basically it is a skyrocket coaster located at Canada's Wonderland in Ontario, Canada. Manufactured by Premier Rise, AlpenFury will be the tallest, fastest and longest launch coaster in Canada upon opening later this year. Standing 164 feet tall, reaching a top speed of 71.5 miles per hour, and travelling over 3,280 feet of track, AlpenFury is one of 3 roller coasters to intertwine with Canada's Wonderland's central structure, Wonder Mountain. AlpenFury will also contain the most inversions on any launch coaster in the world, with 9 in total. 3 of these inversions on AlpenFury are completely unique to the attraction. These unique inversions are the Fire Serpent Roll, Sky Flyer Loop, and Ice Winder Roll. Track was officially completed for AlpenFury last week, and clearance testing began shortly after. Earlier this week, trains were spotted testing at full speed on the ride. AlpenFury is set to open later this year. But yeah, just seeing this whole ride actually now testing, and actually, you know, the fact that they've got it built up quickly in the state that they have, considering that this is now technically a Six Flags park thanks to the merger that happened last year. But funnily enough, because of this merger, before this merger, Six Flags, when they were building brand new coasters, took absolutely ages to actually open them. They always got delayed by a year. There were a number of things that played into that, number of factors because of this. It could have been like due to supply issues. And even like last year, coasters that were supposed to open last year at Six Flags parks, like Flash Vertical Velocity and Georgia Gold Rusher, that was supposed to open last year, are only just now opening this year. But thankfully, it seems a good thing to come out of this merger is even though they're outstretching their resources, at the same time they're also managing to get newer projects up and running sort of on schedule. Like, when this merger happened, we didn't think AlpenFury was going to be opening this year, because it's now technically a Six Flags park. We all thought it was going to be delayed till next year, but no, they've actually managed to get it all completed and testing on time. So, I don't know, it could be maybe very earliest late next month we could see AlpenFury open, and I'm so excited to see this ride finally in action with riders on board. Also in the news today, also relating to Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, Siren's Curse's opening date has officially been revealed. And it still to this day feels very surreal that another tilt coaster has been built and is about to open. Another one by Vekoma at least, and not like one of these Jim Rides ones that open in China. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Siren's Curse is a new generation Vekoma tilt coaster currently in the testing phase at Cedar Point in Ohio, USA. It will be North America's first ever tilt coaster, and one of 3 opening around the world later this year. The other 2 are Circuit Breaker at Circuit of the Americas in Texas, and Iron Wrestler at Six Flags Qiddiya in Saudi Arabia. As well as being the first to open, Siren's Curse will also be the tallest and fastest tilt coaster in the United States. It will also have a total of 13 airtime points and 2 inversions throughout the ride layout. Cedar Point have officially announced that Siren's Curse is set to officially open to the public on the 28th of June 2025. So yeah, like I said at the start of this segment, it is quite surreal that another brand new tilt coaster by Vekoma is actually opening, because unless you count the ones that Jim Rides have been building throughout China, there hasn't been a Vekoma tilt coaster built and opened in nearly 25 years. The last one, which was also the first one by Vekoma, was Gravity Max at Lipoland in Taiwan. That opened back in 2001 or 2, I think it was. It opened in the early 2000s. But that was the original classic model. The ride model never actually took off after that. For multiple decades. It wasn't until like sort of these last few years when parks all over the place started deciding we want to now build a tilt coaster, because Vekoma have introduced the new modern updated version of this tilt coaster, which is a lot more technologically advanced, is more reliable, updated tracks, trains, etc. Basically everything's just been updated, and updated layouts as well, because the layouts on these newer tilt coasters look much more thrilling and exciting. So that's why we're now seeing 3 brand new tilt coasters open this year. There was supposed to be one at Energylandia, but that got relocated to Cedar Point. It's now known as Siren's Curse. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see not only Siren's Curse opening later this month, but also the other 2 around the world opening and fully operational by the end of this year, and I cannot wait to see what they all look like in action. And finally in the news today, Futuroscope have announced the opening day of their brand new Mission Bermudes water ride. And this is actually something that has sort of gone kind of under the radar, but it is quite an interesting development from Mack Rides, as they've never built one of these before, and it's finally opening later this year. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Futuroscope will be opening a brand new world's first water ride later this month. The ride, known as Mission Bermudes, is a rocking boat attraction located at Futuroscope in France. Built by German manufacturer Mack Rides, it combines elements of a log flume and a roller coaster into one. Mission Bermudes will feature ride vehicles which will rock side to side and will traverse sharp turns, sudden drops and steep climbs. The ride will also feature several dark ride sections, an elevator lift, and its largest rock will be 50 feet high. This is the first rocking boat attraction by Mack Rides. Mission Bermudes is set to open on the 28th of June this year. So yeah, this is kind of gone on the radar, but if you don't know more about the rocking boat attraction, like I said, it does kind of combine elements of log flumes and roller coasters. It's not necessarily a water coaster. In fact, it's not even classed as a roller coaster on RCDB. But what it does is it has several different sort of thrilling elements like drops, sharp turns, very quite steep elements. It also has track sections as well, rather than just like the typical flume elements, whatever. But yeah, it's also quite a unique attraction. It's got several dark ride elements, so it'll be quite decently themed. It's already got a developed storyline going for it as well. But the rocking boat attraction was actually announced at IAPA Expo several years ago. But this is the first one that's actually been bought from by a park, actually been built and is now opening. It'll be interesting to see what kind of attraction this will offer, what kind of experience this will offer. Sorry, when it does actually officially open. I'm actually intrigued to see how the rocking boat will be received by the public, and hopefully if it's a success for Futuroscope, then that means that Mack may want to sell more to other parks. So I kind of wait for this brand new ride to open. So that is it for this week's episode of Coast News. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.